Hi, it's Jonathan from Mebun Aquaponics. Welcome into this video. Today I would like to talk about something very important in aquaponics. I've seen many people who begin in aquaponics making the same mistake and losing fish. And that's what I would like to talk with you today, to avoid you to lose any fish if you start your own aquaponics setup. So when a beginner starts an aquaponics setup, he gets very excited. He fills the fish tank with water, he fills the grow bed with media, and he plugs the pump, he turns the water pump on, the water circulation is working, and most of the time they put the vegetables straight away into the media. And then the beginner is very excited and very impatient to get the new fish, you know, the first fish of his life in his own aquaponics setup, and that's where we can have some troubles. So remember that we are working with bacteria in aquaponics, and a system needs to cycle, right? So when you put a new setup in place, it needs a bit of time for the bacteria quantity to increase and for the ecosystem to find the good balance, right? So the water quality is gonna evolve during the time, and the first month of having an aquaponics setup in place and of water circulation, you need to follow a few things. You need to follow the ammonia, the nitrates, and the nitrate levels, concentration into the water. So you must know that ammonia and nitrates are toxic for the fish. And when I say toxic, they are very toxic. So if you got a certain quantity of ammonia or nitrate into your water, you may completely lose your fish. And you must know, if you want to start an aquaponics setup, that when you start the cycle, at the beginning you don't have enough bacteria into your system. So if you introduce fish into the water, you're going to create ammonia, and this ammonia is going to raise, and it's going to reach a certain point, and this point is going to be very toxic for your fish, right? So after a certain period of time, because you got some ammonia into your water, you're going to have some bacteria that are going to appear into your setup, and that are going to grow and multiply. And obviously they're going to use this ammonia and they're going to transform it in nitrates. So the ammonia is going to decrease and the nitrates are going to increase. And it's going to create a second spike of toxicity. The first spike was the peak of ammonia, and the second peak is the peak of nitrate. Now the nitrates are even more toxic than the ammonia. So this second spike is extremely dangerous. You don't want to have any fish into your setup when this second peak appear, right? And then later on, obviously you got all the bacteria into your grow bed on the media that are gonna grow, and they're gonna use this nitrate and transform it in nitrates, right? Which is the food for the plant. So you really understand here that when you put your setup in place, at the beginning you don't have enough bacteria, and then the bacteria are going to appear, but you're going to have two spikes. You're going to have one first peak of ammonia, and then later on, after 2-3 weeks, you're going to have a second spike or peak of nitrates, which is extremely toxic. So please, there is something very important. Don't put the fish before the nitrate, the ammonia and the nitrate levels are to zero, are decreased, you know, the peak are gone and they are back to zero, right? You want to find no ammonia and no nitrate into your water. So now most or lot or too many people who begin with aquaponics, they get so excited that they think that after 2 or 3 weeks they can put the fish straight away. because they think, oh, okay, I cycled maybe not for a full month, but for 3 weeks it should be good enough. Don't do that, because after 3 weeks, it's basically the peak of nitrate, or you still have a lot of nitrate into your water. So obviously those kind of timeline, they are dependent of a lot of things, right? They are dependent of the pH of your water. They are dependent of the kind of media you use at the beginning. Sometimes you can put some bacteria into your setup at the beginning, and they also depend a lot on the temperature, right? Because the bacteria, to grow, they need a high temperature. If the temperature is low, it's going to take a bit longer. So don't look at the time, but you must measure the water parameter. So the ammonia, the nitrate, and the nitrate into your water, right? If you see a bit of nitrate, it's not a big issue. You can introduce the fish, but you must be sure that you don't have ammonia anymore and nitrate. Now, a common mistake is to say, okay, I put the water in place. I started the setup and I look for ammonia and nitrate, and I didn't find any, so I can put the fish. Well, be careful, because if you analyze the water at the very beginning, you have no ammonia and nitrate, right? They need a certain period of time to appear. Normally, when you start a setup, you always put a bit of fish food or a source of ammonia into the water, right? But when you put the fish food into the water, the ammonia takes a bit of time to be released into the water. At the beginning, it's contained into the pellet, and then the pellet breaks down, and then it releases the ammonia into the water. So basically, you start from zero ammonia because you just have normal water, let's say tap water or rainwater, whatever you use. So at the beginning, you have zero ammonia, and then the fish food is going to break down slowly. It's going to release all the ammonia into the water. So the ammonia is going to increase into your water. It's going to reach a certain concentration, which can be very toxic for the fish, depending on the quantity of ammonia you put into the setup. And after that, you got enough bacteria that are grown into the setup to transform this ammonia. So again, I tell you got two peaks. The first peak is the peak of ammonia. Second peak is the peak of nitrate. And you need to have seen those peaks. So it's good if you can check your water parameter every week, let's say. At least you're going to see this kind of peak of ammonia and nitrate. And then when you are back to normal, back to zero, it means all your bacteria are into the setup and they are ready to work for you. Now you can introduce the fish. So don't be too impatient to put the fish in place, otherwise you may lose them, right? I have seen too many people they just kill the fish by being impatient. Obviously after that, they were completely depressed. Like when you start a setup and you kill the fish the first try, you just think it doesn't work, and it's just because you are impatient. So it's very important to respect this quantity of time. So most of the time we say 4 weeks or a month, but again, it's better if you check the temperature with some water analysis. So here is what I recommend you to use to test the water. It's a freshwater master kit. It works really well. It takes a few minutes to test your water, and you got the real data, the exact concentration of, the exact, quite accurate concentration of ammonia, nitrate, and nitrate. And buying this kind of thing, this box costs something like $40, something, even less maybe. You can check the 4 parameters that are ammonia, nitrate, and pH, and really you can maybe make 500 tests with this. It's very very good price for the things you can do with. It's very important to test your water. So please do that. If you test your water, and if you are patient enough, if you wait for 1 month or something. If you wait for the ammonia and the nitrate to be back to zero before introduce the fish, you're gonna start with good base. If you introduce your fish while the nitrate or ammonia are still high in concentration, you may kill them or you will stress them very much, which is really not good. If you do that, even if they survive, they're gonna be stressed. And they are not going to be in good condition. So if there is any disease around, they may be too weak and they may die later on. So make sure that your water is at a good It's pure for the fish, it's clean for the fish when you introduce the first fish. That's the first recommendation that I could give you. That's a very, very basic rule. It's the same rule for aquariums, but it's very, very important to follow it, right? So thank you for watching this video. I hope it was useful for you. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, just give me a thumb. And please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to give you other tips. This one was really more for beginners, but I think it's very important to remind it. And if you want to start your setup, really make sure you apply this advice, because it may save the life of your fish. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.